Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on That Old Panda channel. I'm Panda. So, holidays are upon us and yeah, like usually before I like to dig deep into the holidays, I like to have a little festive feast, a little bit of selection of the fine dining experience with the fine meals of our life and time. So I bring you probably the worst ones or the ones that are the most interesting and peculiar. So we've got a whole cup of noodles, turkey dinner in a cup of noodles from Nissan. And then once we're done with that, we'll partake in the nice desserts of a pumpkin pie in the world of cup of noodles as well. And we'll be partaking this with a parch of the Holiday Creamy Vanilla from Coca Cola that they just came out this year. And I'll have one other special surprise I'll hold back basically till the end. But essentially, I just love these peculiar type of things, so it should be interesting to note. So let's dive into each one, and let's go ahead and take a closer look. So this is the turkey dinner flavor with other natural flavors and sauce. Looks about normal, what you would expect with ramen noodles, and sauce itself, limited edition from Cupofnoodles. It's 370, kind of calories for the whole thing, but we'll take a look and see. But that's after we got everything kind of set up with the pumpkin pie coming right up. Now don't be mistaken, this is the pumpkin pie flavor. This isn't the pumpkin spice flavor that was done last year, so it's another limited edition that's new with ramen noodles and sauce. It actually kind of looks pretty gross, but we're gonna just dive into it. And then, not to be confused, this is the Coca Cola Holiday Creamy Vanilla. This is their new vanilla flavor that they came out with. It's supposed to be a creamy vanilla flavor with other natural stuff and things, but yep, that's about it. I actually am kind of looking forward to see how this is different from the other vanilla flavor, so we'll see. Alright, well, as the tavern is hustling and bustling here in Tristram, we're going to go ahead and dive into this turkey. So, like I said, turkey dinner. We're just going to give her an old stir here. Take a taste of her turkey dinner, the noodles. Take it with some of the side dishes we have included here. Alright, one more go. Alright, well, what do I think about the turkey? Well, be honest, it's a little underwhelming. I thought I was going to expect more, but actually having these little side bits, the corn, I think it's sausage, and green beans and stuff like that you can see here. It actually adds to it and does taste a little bit like you're having a Thanksgiving kind of turkey dinner. But the turkey itself just kind of tastes, it doesn't taste bad. It actually tastes pretty good. It's just it's not as pungent as I was expecting. So there you have it. Let's go ahead and have our dessert of the pumpkin pie. Like I said, this shouldn't be confused with the pumpkin spice, because this is a pumpkin pie that they put in the noodles this time around. Because they had a pumpkin spice one. Actually, it was pretty good. I was a little surprised. Usually you don't like to mix like sweetness with these sorts of things unless it's like, kind of like a peanut sauce or something like that. But it actually did really well. It even has the same instructions to include kind of the whipped cream on top, but we're not going to do that this time around. Alright, pumpkin pie. Wow, that's pretty good. Let me try it again. Wow. That's actually impressive. I think that's better than the pumpkin spice. This actually tastes just like a pumpkin pie in your noodles, and that's incredible. I actually would have this as just a regular meal instead of a dessert, but maybe that's the intent, really. But you're talking ramen, so it's ramen, The joy that this brings me. Like it seems kind of goofy to take, you know, specialized type of foods with different flavors and, you know, kind of review them, check them out and stuff. But when you just kind of have a whole meal together, even including a dessert, drink, and all that stuff, it just brings it all together. Why not be a little festive with your flavors out there and try all the different things? And this is certainly one of them. I enjoy this sort of stuff. This is good. All right, Coca-Cola. Again, Holiday Creamy Vanilla is what this is. At that same sound, same fizz. Let's give her a shot. Well, here in the, you know, Tavern of the Rising Sun, everyone just seems to be hustling and bustling with a little bit of Holiday Creamy Vanilla. So, as you can see in the background here, everyone's just having a good old time. Oh, that's good. I actually prefer this more than the regular vanilla. It's best way to explain it is I've got a little bit of a Christmas festive taste that comes before the big kick of the vanilla at the end. It almost makes it smoother in a sense, because the only downside like I have with Coke and also with vanilla Coke, which is probably why I don't really have it a whole lot, even though it's a lot of sugar, it's just that there's always like a little bit of a bite. You know, it's not as smooth and stuff. That's actually why I love the nitrous Pepsi. If I were to pick, like, you know, something that I could just easily chug down. But this is smooth. This is creamy, just like it says. So this isn't a commercial or anything, but I'm just explaining. It actually tastes really good. I think this is probably my new favorite flavor with Coke, if I were to keep drinking it. Alright, last but not least, nice little surprise. My camera is doing some weird stuff with the colors. We have Figgy Pudding, but it's from Spam. Actually, I had this a few years ago. It was okay. It was fine. Some people aren't really the biggest fans of it. We're going to try it again this year because I happened to get some from a friend of mine. Thanks, Mike and folks. And you know, let's just revisit the old times, right? That we had. Some places, depending on who you ask, like where Figgy Pudding is from or what it is, I always get kind of some different answers. I'm told it's like a bread with a bunch of fruits and things of that nature. But Spam decided to come out with Figgy Pudding, so cheers. Okay, well, it's about as expected as I thought. Again, it's your regular Spam, but it's basically got a sweetness to it towards the end. I want to say that there's a little bit of a teriyaki aftertaste, but no, I think that's whatever the slight spiciness that they add to it kind of comes in. You know, I don't know if it's your thing. I don't know if a lot of people actually bought it, but I bought like 2 cans of it, and I used it obviously with my eggs at breakfast, but it still tastes like Spam at the end of the day, but it's just got some sweetness to it instead of the saltiness that you're used to. So, alright, with all those brands together, I'm sure no one will ever see the light of day on this video, but this is my review of our little festive feast that we have here. And overall, like, nothing egregiously disgusting. Everything was pretty good. I would say the pumpkin pie noodles was fantastic. Definitely the highlight of the Coca-Cola is creamy vanilla is probably my new favorite flavor from them. Definitely think this will be the winner of if I had to kind of relate to all of them. The turkey wasn't bad, it just kind of tasted like another flavor. When you add like the corn and other things to it that does come with, it does add a little extra flavor to it, but it's not spectacular. And Spam Figgy Pudding, it's just a sweet Spam. So you either love it or you hate it. Anyway, here's our festive feast together. I know I've been kind of low on the content creation front in these first 2 weeks of the holidays. It just gets crazy with work because I have a full-time job in the tech industry here, and also family time has just been craziness. So I've got some time coming up, so I'm going to be doing a bunch of extra, content creation so I can actually start busting out some more videos. I'll probably see if I can do 2 or 3 videos a week up until the end of the year, and then we'll start with a normal schedule going forward. But anyway, that's my festive feast of 2025 for the holidays and Christmas. So I will catch you in the next video.